Heyo, how we doing here, folks? Welcome back to the Loose Balls Pod,
Yeah, I'm Chris, and this is my co-host Eli.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's dive back into it.
Yeah, let's do a quick kind of recap. So we went 8-5 last week. Not too
Yes.
bad in our picks.
Yeah, exactly.
Any kind of takeaways you got? I heard you had a nice fact about the Steelers
Um,
for us.
yes, yes. In the Cardinals-Steelers game, the technical shortest touchdown was ever recorded in that Cardinals game. It was a connection between Kyler Murray and one of his receivers. Kyler Murray standing at a staggering 5'10", and his receiver standing at a staggering 5'7". The shortest touchdown since the 1920s by about 1 inch.
That's impressive. That
Right?
could be beaten by Bryce Young. Just pointing that out here. Bryce Young is
Yes.
shorter, so we could be beaten here this season. I don't know if they have any shorter receivers. I think maybe they go for Tavon Austin and they just go for the record. Like, just get Tavon Austin because I think Tavon Austin's pretty short.
Yes, exactly. That might be the only thing that can do that.
Right. So,
oh man,
how we feeling about this week? I mean, your team was on a bye.
Yep. It's neither here nor there. It's a good encapsulation of this week is that it's about as thrilling as this whole entire season's going. There was a few exciting games. Dolphins Commanders games was pretty exciting. I would say obviously the Eagles Niners game was pretty big too.
The first half was good. Second, everything after that was kind
First
of
half, yeah.
meh.
Yeah, it was kind of meh after that. Yep. But it was how many consecutive touchdowns for each team in that first half? It was like 5 or 6. It was a very fast-paced first half, but honestly, at the end of the day, I think it's Deebo Samuel coming home to the rescue.
That's
dude.
exactly right. Fun
Yeah.
fact about that Dolphins game. I don't know if you got to see the roller coaster celebration. So Tyreek Hill scores in Tyreek Hill fashion, no one around him for miles. And after he scores, it's him and 4 receivers, and they sit down and they put their hands up. And someone comes by and puts the crossbar down, putting all their hands down, and then they throw their hands up and they go to the left and to the right and forward and back like they're riding a roller coaster. They actually practiced that in practice. That's how confident they were that Tyreek Hill was going to get that touchdown. That they knew.
Yes.
Which,
yeah,
I've seen some pretty interesting stats about that. He's
his celebrations. Oh,
well,
really?
I think he's one of the few people who still could be an MVP player outside of a quarterback. Right now, it's probably him and CMC.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, he's not going to get it.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's about to put up the record for yards for a receiver in a season,
True.
Willing he sees a postseason, Imagine his postseason stats, dude. It'll
be insane.
Not a lot of the defenses that I see going into this postseason are going to be all that threatening. We have Kansas City Eagles, Niners, maybe Cowboys. That's probably going to be the biggest, and that's about it. So it's going to be hard denying what the Dolphins might be able to do here in the postseason.
I would take them as one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl, be in the Super Bowl at this point after watching the season. Yes. We still need to beat a plus 500 team, and I don't know if we're going to get to that point. So,
hey, you beat the Raiders, dude.
Raiders were skirting 500. Let's not give ourselves too many pats on the back here until we get the Bills one more time. But the Bills are over 500. Yeah, and I mean, we got 4 weeks left, so we're going to get some other teams coming in here, but we can only beat up on bad teams. And I mean, a majority of the league right now has weaker teams before it's going to be like, all right, guys, we got to win a big one here.
Dude, speaking of sneaky good teams, how are the Ravens doing? Do we even know?
Ravens run a bye last week, so it doesn't matter. Well, it's not that it doesn't matter. They just didn't. Yeah, they didn't play. Anything. They get a pretty good matchup this week that I think we'll get into. So looking at our wins and losses, I think the game that
Mm.
made me clench up the most was that Thursday night game, because Seattle came to play.
Oh yeah,
They came to play pretty hard. Like
yeah, dude.
they were more than I thought they were going to be, and they took the Cowboys the distance. But inevitably, the better team did win.
Yeah, dude. Talk about a week to have DK on the bench, dude. Cannot believe
I
it.
know.
That being said, don't regret it.
I mean,
You
you
know,
still won.
that
You
guy
still
has been.
handedly won in our league,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Looking at
Exactly.
looking at teams that wins, the stinker of the week for sure was the Chargers at the Patriots. Neither team, I think, scored a
Gosh.
touchdown.
Neither team scored. Yeah, neither team scored. Two close-ish field goals. Just the worst of the worst. Dude, if you like go back and listen to the commentator commentating the end of the game, he is like hyping up the Chargers so much, dude. I think he's like a Chargers fan or something like that. So he was just like, "Yeah, let's go." Justin to the receiver. I forget his name, but it was just like a 20-yard pass that just ended the game essentially.
Yeah, and it sucks
It's the best
because they
game.
won, so that means Staley's not getting fired.
Mhm.
Washington is holding
I
on.
don't know.
Well, not getting fired this season. Washington is
You don't think he's getting
no.
fired this season?
We're too close to the end.
Dude,
We're
talk
talking.
about-
They missed the playoffs. First day of playoffs, he's fired.
Yeah.
So that one, I think that was the only disappointing one that we picked. Looking at the other side of the games we got
Mhm.
wrong, Cardinals beat the Steelers.
Mhm.
That was, again, two bad
Yeah.
teams. We have another quarterback injury with Kenny
Nuts.
Pickett out. So now Mitch Trubisky is in, and
Yep.
we're back to,
Dude.
like, yet somehow,
ball. Trubisky.
they're going to come out with a 500 record and keep Mike Tomlin at the perfect, whatever you want to call it. Like, he never goes below 500, and he's going to do it this year. I don't know how, but they're going to do it. They've got to be close because they have a winning record right now.
Nice. Yeah, it's
Eagles
true.
lost to the Niners.
Yep, Eagles lost to Niners. That was a pretty big upset. Yeah. I feel like not the biggest upset. I think their matchup did favor the Niners, but
And the Eagles defense
Still
had
upset.
injuries, but there were plays like you could clearly see the lack of skill. Not skill. Skill's not the right one. Experience on the field. Like there was a couple plays where George Kittle
Yeah.
catches the ball with like nobody around him for 20 yards, and that just can't happen. Like
well, yeah, dude. It's because they double cover two other receiver. They were double covering the other receiver and Debo at the same time.
yeah, they got
their
Ayuk and
defense.
Debo.
Yeah, they just didn't know how to handle the spread.
And that's lack of experience. That's not the coach.
Yeah.
That's just you have injuries and now the next man up. And of course, they're going
Mhm.
to exploit it. And it's the offensive scheme
Yeah.
now is how much can we move around or set up to throw you off like smoke and mirrors before it happens.
Does this at all better the image of Purdy in your eyes?
I don't want it to, but that's what I was going to say when we started talking about this. You know who the new odds-on favorite to be MVP this season is?
I have no fucking clue.
It's Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is odds-on favorite to get the MVP.
Way.
Yeah. I don't think he deserves it, but I also can't name another quarterback who probably does. Jalen Hurts, maybe if he wasn't playing hurt for the last 6 weeks, sure, we could argue it, but he's playing hurt, so he's not playing at his top form. Not Patrick Mahomes. It's not, I mean, Lamar's good. The Ravens are good, but it's not because of Lamar. Like, Lamar's not willing that team to victory. They just have a good team this year. So what it really comes down to is it's going to be stats, and Brock Purdy is killing it in the stats category right now.
I mean, if we're talking stats, we can't forget about my guy Sam Howell, dude.
Yeah, but those interceptions add up in the negative column pretty quick.
Is that on him though, dude? Come on, that's totally Riverboat Ron.
I mean,
Monday
but
through
it is,
Friday, dude.
and I'm not disagreeing with that statement. However, you have to count it against the play calling's bad,
I know.
but he's throwing it into double coverage.
Yeah.
And you can't have receivers that play the entire game getting 0 receptions coming off going like, yeah, I just did cardio today. Like, you can't have that.
Yeah.
So
that is true. Talk about Schmid QBs, dude. Another week. I am so freaking thankful Derek Carr is not on my team, dude. Thank the Lord Jesus. He
got hurt, right?
I don't think so.
Famous
I think he was
got
in
some snaps. Yeah, he got hurt.
He got put into the concussion tent, but he's fine.
Oh, okay.
But dude, god freaking like
So looking at that,
terrible.
Steelers, Eagles, Chiefs lost. Who'd they lose to?
Yep.
Who did we pick them to beat? I forget this. Oh, and I gotta find them again. Where are they?
Steelers?
No, the Packers. Packers steal another win, back-to-back
Yeah.
weeks. That's right.
Yeah, dude. Nuts.
Jaguars get hurt. CJ Beathard is fine. Like, again, we're falling into the category of mid-tier quarterbacks, and all of a sudden, now we've got another one, and it's on a playoff team. So guess what?
Yeah.
He's going to get playoff plays because high ankle sprain. I know they say week to week,
Yep.
but reality, you're looking at 2 weeks. So
3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we get to the last one, which is the Browns. And this ties me into
Oh,
Joe Flacco watch. Joe Flacco watch at 38 years old. Here he comes. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and that last interception just opened it up to let the opposing team just score. And they ended up going from a close game to losing 36-19 to the Rams.
How could we forget? How could we forget 2 additional things? The safety in the last 2 minutes of the game from Joe Flacco.
Right.
And the One Piece themed game, dude. Come on. We got to
That's true. I forgot about that.
One Piece theme Ram game. Could not have been on a better home turf, dude. Love to see it. Fantastic performance from the Rams. Matthew Stafford looking not bad, dude. Looking not bad. And you know what? Best to him. Best to him.
I was pretty close in my stats. I had a fumble instead of a safety, and he got an extra 80 yards than what I projected. But I had his stats down. I had his stats pretty close in guessing on how he was going to do when I was talking to you guys. He's been relegated back to the practice squad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they're banking on Dorian Thompson-Robinson to come back. At this point, everybody was saying you should keep him in for your best chance of making the playoffs. If I'm the Browns, I'm chucking this season. Nick Chubb and Deshaun Watson out. I'm going... Let's get Dorian Thompson-Robinson in because we want to get him experience. Because there's no way we're re-signing Deshaun after this contract. There's just no way.
Yeah, dude. There's no way at all. What team signs him? Does he just go straight into free agency?
Oh, man. He just has to. Because even his attitude off the field is insane. Like, they did a side-by-side comparison of Joe Burrow hurt. And he's got his arm in a cast, and he's studying game film like he's trying to help out his opposing, like his QB, Jake Browning. Yeah, they go to Deshaun. He's up in the stands. How are you gonna help somebody up in the stands? Yeah. Just watching the game. Yeah, I'm here. I have to be here per contract. It's the wrong energy. They shouldn't have done the thing. They shouldn't have signed him in the first place. Browns, you're reaping what you sow. At least you get Nick Chubb back, and Nick Chubb's a dude. I think he's one of my favorites. He was the one who used to have an Xbox so he could get on and tell people before games, go to bed, it's too late.
Yeah, dude. The best.
That's the kind of energy you need. Joe Flacco just needs to stay on the practice squad. He really needs to just retire. I don't understand.
Yeah, he needs to retire.
I don't understand your financial situation, Joe. You don't owe me any of that explanation, but I will always have a seat on this podcast for you if you want to come talk to us about it. I will listen to your reasoning why you at 38 years old are signing up to pretend to be other quarterbacks and get beat up for it.
I will tell you what, though. He is looking better than Jets Joe Flacco. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
You know, he looked like he was like 37 again, dude. It was a sight for sore eyes.
Speaking of Jets, we've got Jets quarterback stuff. Before we get into the team stuff, I want to because I saw this today on my way home. I was or not on my way home when I was walking out to my car. They have officially let go of Tim Boyle, so that means that the choices of quarterback now are we go back to Zach Wilson, which there's rumblings that he does not want to come back and be the starter, which I don't blame him. Yeah. Everybody hates me. Why would I go out and play for this?
Dude, I don't understand why everyone hates that dude. You know, just a small town boy in a big town. In a big town, you know,
he's bad. And the other choice is Trevor Siemian from the practice squad. Both of these are not good choices. So we get another week of great Jets football and listening to Aaron Rodgers go, I could have come back. So
the worst out of football.
Right.
I'll tell you the worst out of football is the Patriots right now, dude. Talk about a team that's trying to lose right now, dude. They just need to get a solid head on their shoulders. I don't like.
Right.
Does this season start to scuff the image that Belichick has built up for himself as greatest coach of all time? I think he should, quit before he scuffs it all. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it fully destroys his image as greatest coach of all time, but it's definitely one of those where we talk about in with a roar, out with a whimper. Like, he is leaving hurt. There's no way he comes back. There's no way that Robert Kraft can look at this and go like, yeah, you can fix this. Yeah. He just can't. And so I just don't see it. Sorry, I lied about the Tim Boyle thing. It's not just Trevor Siemian. They also signed a QB from Seattle's practice squad. And I can't remember his name. So we're looking at 2 practice squad QBs, and Zach Wilson are the QB locker room for the Jets right now. Back to your point, though, I don't think it hurts his legacy. I think he has had too great of a career to have one down season hurt him.
I don't know, dude. I think the stack of Tom Brady going to a team that no one has had eyes on since 2002 and taking them to the Super Bowl and winning, and then seeing where the Patriots are now ending up, it's kind of like, okay, Tom Brady stole all the thunder that they built up over those 12 years and went out with a bang, Had a good career, retired, I think twice, some crap like that. And just leaving Belichick in the absolute dust, dude, making him look like a tumbleweed.
For sure. Like, that part, I think that this puts to rest the argument of Tom Brady being a system quarterback. He went off and won with the Bucs, and Belichick has struggled. So it's not the system. The system can't just churn out winning quarterbacks. Tom Brady was the winning quarterback. So I will give you that. Like, that puts that to bed. But does that directly impact him? I think I don't think it.
I think that on top of what we've seen this season, going through what was a pretty hopeful QB, Mac Jones, and making him look like the worst QB in the league,
Okay. I think what we're mixing up here, though, is that he's also coached GM. I think Bill Belichick is one of the greatest, if not the greatest coach of all time, but the second worst GM behind Bill O'Brien, who is also on his staff. You can coach great, but you can't pick talent. Your receiver core is a joke. You have arguably one of the best tight ends, had one of the best tight ends in the league in Hunter Henry, and have yet to use him in any way. Then you go out and sign, they have 2 tight ends, and I can't remember the other guy's name. This is how irrelevant he has become. They had 2 big name tight ends, and they just don't use them. And so it's, I just don't see it. So you want to, before we get too far into this, you want to jump into just some power rankings? Everybody's moved a little bit after this season, after this week.
Yeah. Let's do some power rankings.
Number 1 is the Niners, which they just beat the winningest team in the league right now in the Eagles, and they beat them handedly. Thank you, Deebo Samuel.
Yes, thank you, Deebo Samuel. Put the team on his back.
Put the team on his back. I saw an image today that's how Brock Purdy gets to his MVP spot, and it's Deebo Samuel further up the mountain, just hauling him up.
Yes, exactly. Gosh, dude. Brock frickin' Purdy, dude. MVP. Ugh.
I don't think he gets it, but we can say that.
I hope he doesn't get it over frickin' CMC, dude. Are you kidding me?
He'll get it over CMC. He'll get it out of anybody on his team.
Alone? Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. I also agree. I don't think he should get it, but he will because of stats. And he's the most important player on the best team in the NFL. So
Super Bowl QB, by the way. Gosh, dude.
No, he's not a Super Bowl QB yet. He got hurt and he didn't make it.
I thought he was.
No, last year was his first season. He did not make the playoff, or he did not make it past the Eagles. They lost to the Eagles.
Oh yeah.
And he got hurt. The backup got hurt. CMC was quarterback for a little bit. Then he came back in.
Yeah, dude. That's okay. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. So he's not a Super Bowl QB yet. So we don't have to listen to that.
Thank God.
2 is the Baltimore Ravens. They had a bye week, so they're not going to move.
Nice.
They're not really going to move on a bye.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. The cream, as they say, rise to the top.
Exactly. And switching places with the Niners are the Eagles at 3. Sure. Nice. I mean, they played each other. Winner takes the spot.
Yep.
I don't hate this. They're here. I understand that they're here.
No way.
It's the Cowboys.
Ain't no way. It's some boys.
It's the boys.
Oh,
it's them
no.
boys. It's them boys
No,
at 9-3, which ties them with both the Ravens and the Niners with record, but puts them below the Eagles because they're not beating the Eagles in their division. It makes sense. I don't like it, but I also don't necessarily hate it because the team itself actually looks good. Like, they looked good in the game against.
I agree with that. You know, like, I'm glad the team gets their time in the limelight. I'm glad Dak gets, you know, at least some credibility and some, you know, some movement in his name.
And the biggest part of this last week, where it solidifies itself, is they were relying really heavily on the defense to kind of stifle teams. Seattle went out and put up like 30 points on them, and the Cowboys beat them. So that was the offense churning out more. I like Jake Ferguson. I like CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they need another back, but I'm okay with Tony Pollard being there. So they also have the shortest back in the NFL. I forget his name, but
I have no clue.
5 is Miami, which sure,
nice. And I'd put them over Cowboys, personally, but you know,
I also would put them over Cowboys, but I don't get to make these rankings, and justifiably so. I'm biased.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys beat Seattle. Miami stomped the Commanders. Seattle is way better than the Commanders, so I have to say that, like, arguably in those power rankings, the Cowboys would take it. Slipping down pretty far here at number 6 is Kansas City.
Ooh,
which
which
they deserve. This is the season where I think this is the season where we've seen how much you can actually trim off a team while relying on a top tier quarterback.
Yeah.
When you rely on
at least in this day and age.
Yeah.
You know?
This is, we can't get away with the Tom Brady Gronk connection anymore. You can't have Travis Kelce just catching all your passes. You need players. And Rashid Rice is fine. Isaiah Pacheco hates the ground. Fine.
Yep.
But you need more. Marquez Valdez-Scantling cannot drop passes. And I know everybody's saying that there was pass interference and that changes the game. Shouldn't have been that close to begin with. You're playing the Packers.
Yeah.
You should have. This should have been a blowout.
You are the Kansas City Chiefs, and you have Patrick Mahomes. All you need is some confident hands and some eyes, and you got the ball in your hands no matter what. He has shown that season to season to season that he puts the ball exactly where it needs to be every single time, and the receivers just fail to close their hands.
Yeah.
Every postseason, dude. We're gonna see it again this postseason.
Yeah. Well, and you can't keep getting away with this. Like, your receiver core cannot be Travis Kelce, it's Miracle Hardman, Rashid Rice, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
They used to have Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they used to have Tyreek Hill, and that was the good teams. And so, but they went off without him, and they won the Super Bowl without him. And so everybody thought that it was like, oh, okay, we don't need that many big name receivers. Put money in it. Put money into your receiving core. Like, it doesn't have to be great. Hell, like, even if you sign like an Odell Beckham Jr., just someone that you know has reliable hand.
Yeah.
With 7, this team also has the same record as the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Niners.
No way, it's Steelers.
It's not the Steelers this time. Thank God it's not the Steelers. It's the Lions.
Yeah. Hey, okay.
Best record since 1962, mind you.
Let's go. Yeah, dude. Happy for the Lions. Happy Dan Campbell is finally seeing some decent freaking results. I've been a Dan Campbell fan here for going on these past few years. I think he's a really energetic coach. I think he's putting together something rather spectacular. It does have some glaring flaws, I will admit, you know.
Well,
but
they're young.
Dude, they have a rookie. Yeah, do they have a rookie about to break the record over here? You know, talking about my guy here, Sam. What's his last name?
Laporta.
Yeah, dude, Sam Laporta, about to put up the record for most receiving yards for a tight end.
Talk about a team with some cojones as well, like to just sit there and go, we're going to trade our all-star tight end to a division rival, and then just go out and get the exact same thing. We're just going to go do it again. Yeah, exactly. We're just going to run it back.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man,
I don't mean to let my hipster show here, but I was a big HCDC fan when he was the interim coach in Miami. Can't forget that one. I've followed him from Miami to the Saints. He was an interim coach there for a bit.
I forgot about that.
Number 8's the Jaguars. And
Nice.
honestly,
I'm surprised. Didn't they lost?
they lost to the Bengals, and they're down a spot. But
Yeah.
I think what we're counting it on is they lost to the Bengals because it was a close game with Trevor Lawrence getting hurt and Christian Kirk now set to miss several games with a core injury. I forgot he went down as well. So
Sheesh,
their
dude.
number one
And they're
receiver
still
and their
this
number
high?
QB went down. Yeah. Well, because without
Sheesh.
Christian Kirk, they still put up a ton of points. And they have Etienne, Calvin Ridley, who also could be a wide receiver one without Kirk there. Evan Ingram, who's doing fine. And Zay Jones, who's proven to be a reliable number 2 receiver.
Dude, I forgot Evan Ingram was on that team, dude.
Yeah, and he bounced around a lot. Like, he struggled with catches in both New York and with Indianapolis, but he's found his home here. Like, he's doing well.
Dude.
So
happy for him.
Number 9, coming up 2 spots, is the Houston Texans. Sure.
Nice. Yeah. I like it, dude.
We'll see how long they stay here because Tank Dell is done for the season.
Yes.
So
I think Texans are about to be extremely scary these next few years, dude. Texans have shown what a good rebuild looks like, and I think they're really starting to dig their heels into their team structure here.
They're probably 1 to 2 years behind where the Lions are, because the Lions are also just finishing up a rebuild where they're going to make a Super Bowl push in the next season or two before they start having to pay their rookies.
Yep.
10 is the Browns. It's the defense.
Oh.
It's fully the defense.
Oh.
Yeah. This is a joke, right? Like, it's here because of the record. We're here because of the record and the record only. They have not moved a spot.
Over Seahawks?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. They're breaking top 10
oh my gosh.
with no idea who their quarterback's going to be. They don't have an idea who their quarterback's going to be, and they're top 10. Amari Cooper got hurt this game, didn't he? No.
He's out. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a no Amari Cooper. We don't know the quarterback situation, and our running backs are Kareem Hunt and Jerome Ford. Like, what are we talking about here, guys? Don't get me wrong. I don't hate any of these players on paper. Like, Jerome Ford is easily filled in very well for Nick Chubb.
Is Elijah Moore still on the team?
Elijah Moore is still on that team, and Joe Flacco has a really good connection with him. So that was the big piece they had on Joe Flacco.
About it. Nice.
Stop signing Joe Flacco.
Jeez.
Let's just reiterate this one more time.
Flacco, yes.
Like, stop it, because he's going to sneak his way into the starting lineup at least once, and you don't want him there.
Yeah.
You give us safety in the end.
What's the record for oldest QB in the league? Isn't it like 43 or something?
It's 45 with Tom Brady, I think. Did Tom Brady make it to 45?
No, he was 40. Like, I think he was either 39 or 40.
He was not 40.
Man, hold up. Let me see this. I'm pretty sure
we have the power of the internet on our hands.
Yes, exactly. Live stat corrections as we speak here, folks.
Where is he? Because he retired last year, right?
Yes.
He was 45. I was right.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, my goodness.
TB12. I remember they were hyping up TB12 so much for this man.
Oh, gosh. That's insane, dude.
45 years.
That's too long. That is too damn long.
At number 11, we have the Mitch Trubisky-led Steelers.
Yes, dude. Oh man, what a rough game for the Steelers. Dude.
They are 7-5, so they need to get one more win and they're set for 500. One more win out of the next 4 games because they've had their bye week already.
Sheesh, dude. I think they pull one out. You know,
I think they do too. Well,
oh shoot, maybe that 4th week, Kenny Pickett is going to be out.
So it's gonna be rough.
Najee Harris is not running that ball. I repeat, NOT running that ball. That dude sucks, dude. I don't know how he got the yards he got his rookie season.
Well, now they've got Jaylen Warren nipping at his heels to take his spot, and we might see it.
Literally anyone.
Well, and I mean, we can talk about this later on or in the next episode. I think the player movements are going to be big this offseason. There's just too many good backups now in certain positions, not in quarterback.
Also going to be a lot of coaching changes mid-season this season, which is going to affect that this offseason. We cannot forget we said goodbye to the Raiders coach. We are going to say goodbye to the Chargers coach. We are going to say goodbye to the Commanders coach. We are going to say goodbye to. We already said goodbye to the Panthers coach.
Yep. We're going to say goodbye to the Panthers coach again because that owner fires them like crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of another coach on the hot seat, we're at the Bills at 12 at 6-6.
Ooh.
They fired their defensive coordinator. They fired their offensive coordinator. We're running out of coordinators to fire, and that's with.
Dude, I didn't know that scene was that sorry.
Well, but they haven't moved because they're in a bye week. Colts at 13. It's not too crazy for me. They won again. They are also 7-5, which is mind blowing that this is a team now being headed by Gardner Minshew with Zach Moss being the leading running back.
Dude, nuts. Yeah, I know. Oh man, I forgot about that.
And then they have Michael Pittman Jr., who is their receiver, and then 3 tight ends, all of which at any given time could catch touchdowns.
Really glad I picked up Michael Pittman, not gonna lie.
14 is the Green Bay Packers. I think this is low for them. Okay. They're up 4 spots from where they were, but this is back-to-back wins against winning teams. Like,
still, this is only a 2-game winning streak. You know, Broncos, we're still not even hearing them, and they were on a recent 3-game winning streak.
They're on a 5-game winning streak before we mix this up. They won 5 in a row.
Really?
Yeah. Are they on a bye this? They might have been on a bye. Do we have them anywhere?
I think.
Maybe. We'll see. Seattle at 15, they dropped a spot because the Packers went up a spot.
Dang. Seattle at 15?
Yeah, they're 6-6.
Oh, wow.
I would argue that they probably could be higher than Buffalo, but they're also hurt.
Dude, I think they should be higher than Browns, dude.
I think we see the Browns slip pretty far in these next couple weeks. There's no way they can stay up that high. They just can't.
Yeah.
16's the Broncos. Sure.
Nice. Yep.
And they won again on Sunday. So they're at a 6-game win streak, and they are not getting the love that they deserve. They are 6-6 right now.
Wow, dude. Wait, they were 0-6?
Oh, sorry. I lied. No, I lied. I got it backwards. Texans beat them. That's who we bet on. We bet on the Texans to beat the Broncos. Yeah. And we were right. They're 6-6. Okay. So they're 5-1 over the last 6 weeks, which is still good. I would call that a pretty good run. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Yeah, dude.
Because
that's looking like old run here.
Oh my goodness. If they won, they would have held tiebreakers over 3 other teams for the wild card spot. They could make the wild card, which is crazy to me.
I mean, still technically Raiders can still make the wild card. I think there's like some sort of insane thing that needs to happen. Like 3 teams need to lose and they wouldn't need to win all their games and they would still have a shot at wild card.
Yeah, I don't know if I see it.
Oh, there's no way.
Yeah.
But there's someone out there living the dream, you know?
True.
And I respect him for it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. 17 is the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Sure. Justin Jefferson comes back. I think the spot's justified if they decide to rest him for the rest of the season, chalking it up to they're not making the playoffs or they're not making it far in the playoffs, with the past or not.
They're not making it to the playoffs. Josh Dobbs is looking worse and worse every week. But, you know, he was really cool the first couple weeks.
Flew too close to the sun. That's what we're getting at here.
He flew way too close. Yeah.
The team's good. I think they'll do fine. I think they'll finish out the season with a winning record. I just don't think they make the playoffs.
Yeah, same. Yep, I think they lose to too much.
18 is the Cincinnati Bengals, and Jake Browning looked good in that game against the Jaguars. I mean, Joe Burrow's clearly been like helping him, and it shows.
Nice.
So I don't know. I don't have a whole lot more to add. I thought the Jaguars would have seen it had Trevor Lawrence not gotten hurt. Now we're looking at a Bengals win. Bengals are 6-6. There are so many teams that are 6-6. It is insane right now.
Gosh, dude.
It's just a middling season because coming in at 6-6 again at 19 is the Falcons.
Oh gosh, didn't they lose? No, they won. They won against
the Jets.
Yeah, of course they won.
Yeah, it was the Jets. This is where they like Tim Boyle's not even on the practice squad. They just cut him. They were like, go home.
Yeah, you're good.
So,
jeez, dude.
20 is the Rams. Also crazy that they're this far down, but
I can't believe they're that low. Yeah, I think Rams should easily be over.
I think over the Falcons. It'd be hard to argue over the Bengals, but I could see them over the Vikings. and then kind
I
of
don't know. I could see him over the Bengals right now.
so 2-3
And the
spots up.
Vikings.
Sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're finally into the losing records. Here we go at 21. Chargers, baby.
Oh, that doesn't feel good. Get them
No,
out of there, dude.
we
Just
can't. We
bump them
can't be
down. Bump them down.
like.
They just played some of the worst football we have seen in a few years, dude. Two
But they
field
shut.
goals,
But they
two
shut out the other
20-yard
team.
field goals.
They shut out the other
Oh,
team.
shut out the frickin' Belichick Patriots. Frickin' give them a cookie, dude.
Yeah,
Terrible.
that's how you
There
end
is
up.
no way. There is no way that entire game no one finds an end zone, dude. That is the most embarrassing thing that I think any sort of foundation can kind of go through.
Yeah, I don't disagree with your statement. I'm just saying they shut out the opposing team.
Dude, they suck, dude. There's
Yeah.
no way they should be this high. Oh my gosh. Jets should be above them right here, dude.
22 is
And
the
yes, I just said it.
yeah. 22 is the Saints. I mean,
Oh no, they're beating the Saints.
yeah, they're beating the Saints.
My oh my, how the mighty have fallen, dude. You know, once again, calling back to what I said earlier. So glad I'm not seeing Carr on the team, dude.
Right.
Another season where I don't have to deal with him throwing picks. I hope every Saints fan out there feels this and knows what this feels like, because you guys are gonna be stuck with them just like how we were stuck with them.
Do you think he finishes out the contract? Do you think he retires? You think
Oh yeah, he finishes
it
that
out?
contract.
So you're telling me for 3 years we don't get to watch famous Jameis eat some W's?
Oh no.
Oh.
Nope. Yeah, you'll probably find him in these situations where he's like, "Oh, Carr's ducking in the concussion tent just to like fucking catch a breather." And you just see famous Jameis go out there, dude. But that's gonna be about it. Yeah, exactly.
23 is the Bucks. Sure.
No,
They won,
yeah.
but they beat the worst team in the NFL by.
Yes.
We might even be able to argue
the worst
that
team in the NFL.
No, it's the Jets. It's the Jets are the worst team in the NFL, and then it's the Panthers, and then it's the Chargers. But they're going to argue with me on this because that's not what the list says. Because we've still got from here 9 teams to go.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying.
24 is the Raiders. This is kind of where they've been all season. They move up a spot, down a spot. Yep. It doesn't go anywhere, and they're on a bye week, right? They got moved on a bye week. That's even worse.
Yeah, dude. Well, so do the Ravens. I mean,
Ravens didn't move.
Rises to the top, you know. Didn't they go up?
Nope, they stayed at 2.
Oh, good for them. Yeah, not surprised. You know, may they find a good nest down there to roost.
25 is Chicago again on a bye week. They didn't move. Sure.
Nice. Like it.
26 is Tennessee. Tennessee is in a rebuild. We just need to accept it.
Oh yeah.
They don't know. They might not fully admit it yet. But they are.
Yeah. They're under the Bears. They're in a rebuild.
You were in a rebuild. Sorry, you signed DeAndre Hopkins and everybody got excited. It's not.
True.
It's not you.
Sorry.
It's not for you.
Sorry, you paid D. Henry too much money.
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
27 is the Jets. How?
There you go, dude.
How are we so?
The worst team. Patriots are worse.
I mean, they are. If Patriots have to come in at 32, they just have to.
I mean, it still falls privy to the conversation of the defense, dude. Like, this last game that the Jets had is the ultimate epitome of a defense going off and the offense still losing the game for them. They had 7 possessions in the second half of that game, dude, and they still lost. Yeah. That is insane, you know. Sure, they're a terrible team, but they're not as bad as the Patriots or shoot. There's a couple more teams there.
Right, we'll get to them, and I can see the next one. And it makes sense why they're here. The 2 things, though, Jets have not officially been eliminated from playoffs. There is like a 1% chance that they still make it, but everybody has to die above them, basically.
Yes.
And the quarterback that they signed off the practice squad is Brett Rippon, who I have no idea who that is, but we just didn't have a name. Now we have a name for it.
Yep. Nice.
28 is the New York Giants.
Yeah, dude. How can we forget about the Giants, dude? Come on.
Now we're,
you know, some of the few victories the Raiders have seen this season are against these teams. And you want to know what? I'm going to take those Monday through freaking Friday, dude. These guys freaking suck, you know. I'll take pity wins, you know.
Brian Dayball has to decide whether he's going to start Tommy DeVito or Tyrod Taylor. I would not want to be in his shoes. With my job on the line, I don't know if I want to
You
choose
gotta go
between those.
DeVito,
I mean, you do. You do.
Yeah, you do.
And they did. Tommy DeVito is going to be the starter with Tyrod Taylor backing him up.
Yeah.
29 is the Cardinals after winning, so...
Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, Cardinals, I cannot believe they won last game, dude.
Right.
This just goes to show that, like how you said, dude, the Cardinals are just good at beating up on bad teams, dude.
True.
And yes, we're saying the Steelers are a bad team. What's the Steelers right now? 6-4?
No, they're 7-5. They need one more to win to go 500.
They are 7-5, ranked in the top 10 of the NFL right now. Every other team is 6-6 until you get down to these 20s, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Like, everyone sucks, you know?
Yep.
That's just kind of what we're getting at.
Yeah. Because the last two teams, which, not surprising, they're here, last three teams, sorry. 30 is the Washington Commanders. Yep. Fire your coach, go into a rebuild.
Fire the coach.
Decide whether or not you want to keep Sam Howell. If you decide you're going to go with it, I don't hate that choice. If you decide to let him go, I don't hate that choice.
Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily needs to go into a rebuild. Here's why. I think move some pieces around the QB. QB's not looking bad. It's obviously coaching. Just fire the coach. I'm surprised they didn't do it last week. I think they're going to be heading into a bye. So I think we're going to be seeing that news here pretty soon. As they say in the the league right now, Rivera is a dead man walking.
He is, but are we too far into the season now to be talking about it with 3 weeks left? Some teams going on a bye have 2 games. Do you really cut it now?
Because you still have these 2 teams we're about to talk about.
Yeah, we have the Patriots at 31, which is crazy that they are above.
Yeah, someone.
You got skunked by the Chargers, who are at 23. This is insane.
Jeez,
was it 23? No, 21. Sorry. You got skunked by the Chargers at 21. You lost Ramondre Stevenson. So now you're trotting out
on the entire team.
You're trotting out Ezekiel Elliott to be your starting running back.
Oh my god. Oh dude, this is not good. This is just not good.
The most viral video that your team has put out this season isn't a play highlight. It's your coach doing a walk of shame shirtless from a Ring doorbell camera.
Oh, no. All right, we're going to jump back to our Belichick conversation here. Just check back in. You don't say this tarnishes his rip at all?
Again, one of the best coaches of all time, one of the worst GMs of all time. That is the order. They are 2 separate offices.
Wouldn't you say it's a coach's responsibility to set some priorities, But the GM position in the back burners,
Yeah, but the GM supersedes everything that the coach does. The GM could come in and be like, "No, you're getting this player." And then last, with not a lot to talk about, is Carolina Panthers.
Let's go.
Chuba Hubbard's looked great. Ish. Mm-hmm. He got 2 touchdowns last week.
They almost won, dude. They almost won.
Yeah. But against the team again who's in the bottom third.
Bottom third, middle, top third, it's all the fucking same, dude.
It really is.
It's fucking embarrassing that, some teams have to go through some shame like this, like the Commanders, like the Patriots, like the Panthers. But man, it's by this point in this terrible of a season, it's just a necessary evil,
I'll give you that one. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about any of this at this point. I'm so confused.
It's just terrible.
It is. Yeah. It's all terrible. So
And at the tippy top of the terrible is Brock frickin' Purdy, dude. I hate this season. I hate this season. I hate this season.
That's true. I will say I can agree that I hate this season. So, but before we talk about quarterbacks, because we've chatted about teams for quite a bit, let's do our game picks, because this one should hopefully come out before Thursday, so we can put our Thursday night game on there.
Yes.
Not that we fucking want to. Sorry. Sorry, let me try that again. I'm trying to make this PG.
Yeah.
Not that we freaking want to. Oh my god. The Thursday night game. It's the
Tell me it's not
Patriots
gonna be as
and the
bad.
Steelers.
Oh my God. Who's going to be tuning into that, dude? That's prime time?
That's prime time. I mean, I can comfortably say it's going to be the Steelers. This is where they get that one win to sneak it out.
Oh, yeah.
There's no quarterback for the Patriots.
I'm willing to put down a wager they put in their third strings this game.
Malik Cunningham. I think Malik Cunningham comes in to replace Bailey Zapp because they're not putting in Mac Jones again. They just won't.
Yeah, there's no way.
They're going to try and trade him or just quietly put him out to pasture in the offseason.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so then we're into the morning games for Sunday, which is Houston Texans at the New York Jets.
Oh, let's go fucking Houston.
Yeah, it's Texans.
Yeah.
They're going to steal that one.
Yep.
We've got the Lions at the Bears.
Ooh. Do the Bears exploit the weaknesses of the Lions here?
That's what I'm thinking. I think we might see it coming off a bye week. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this team. So,
yep.
Do we dare? I think we dare. Because I think so. This is the perfect. This is the perfect kind of arc for the end of the Lions, because end of the Lions season. Because you remember, they started this whole run by ruining the Packers' chances to get into playoffs. I think this is time for a bad team to take them out.
I'll agree with you just for the sake of that. I believe I was wrong on Thanksgiving call, and I think you're going to be right about this one here.
So we'll see. We'll see. I could be totally wrong. They could get smoked. We could tune in halfway through the first half and see that it's already a 2-score game. But I don't know. I think because I think the Bears got it. I think the Bears can sneak one out here. Their defense has been pretty stingy. And I think Justin Fields now knows that he is performing to see how he's going to get a contract somewhere else. And
100%.
I think we start to see some of it. Next one, we get the Rams going into Baltimore.
Okay. Rams going into Baltimore. I think we have to go raise.
I think we have to. They're number 2 on the power rankings, and they have one of the top records in the AFC.
Yeah, and there's just no way that. Well, I just don't think that there's any way that Rams defense will be able to keep up with that Ravens offense.
Oh man, this next one, I know who it's going to be, but I don't want it to be. It's the Panthers at the Saints. And I want the Panthers to win this one because it's a division rivalry and it ruins the Saints' chances of making to the playoffs. It doesn't ruin it, but it slows it down.
Me too. I hope so as well. But does it happen?
No.
Not likely.
No, it's the Saints. Because the defense of the Panthers really isn't strong enough to even beat that. If I'm the coach and I'm looking at Derek Carr's struggle, I'm just going, cool, we're just going to dial up Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams runs. We're just going to run the ball. Yeah. I think Jamal
100%.
Williams is back. I'm not totally sure.
I think he is.
Yeah. Next one is the CJ Beathard-led Jaguars versus the Dorian Thompson / Joe Flacco / question mark led Browns.
Boy, we're going Jags, baby. Jags.
I think so too. Even without Christian Kirk, I just don't see it. Yeah. I don't see Dorian Thompson-Robinson doing anything with this team, and the defense has struggled.
Is Trevor Lawrence even playing?
No, Trevor Lawrence. Well, he's week to week, but I would bet money that he misses this week. If he comes back, great. I think that gives them more of a reason to win. But we should do it now before they announce him coming back because the odds are in our favor.
Yeah, let's do it.
Coming in at an even split, the betting houses don't know who to go with. You have the Colts at the Bengals.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I think we got to go Colts, right?
I think so too. I think Zach Moss has this bounce back game that he's overdue for. Yeah,
dude. Zach Moss, baby.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
And Minshew's doing Minshew things. I think he gets enough going.
Gosh, I forgot we're betting on Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, but it's that or Jake Browning. Take your pick. Pick your poison, really.
It's also gone. Yeah, you know it. Colts. Let's do it.
We get Tampa Bay at Atlanta.
Oh, God, dude. I think
that's 2 division games, actually. Panthers, Saints, and Bucks, Falcons.
Go Birds,
Yeah, I could see that. I think Mike Evans is having a great career or a great season.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not going to be enough. We get Niners at Seahawks. Or Seahawks at Niners, sorry. Other way around.
Ooh. This is a very good matchup. I
Do we
always
put our money
love
where our mouth
seeing.
is with this whole "we hate Brock Purdy" thing?
Oh, I am more than behind doing that. You know me.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, dude.
Let's do it. I mean, they're
I
gonna get
hate that
smoked, but
much.
in the slim
Yes.
chance this is the game.
Dude, do
This
you
is
know
it.
how much Niners fans hate Seahawks?
I am well aware.
Oh man,
I am
dude.
well aware how much they hate each other.
Oh man, I hope the Seahawks win.
Right. We are now with the Vikings at the Raiders. And the Vikings do not know who their starting quarterback is going to be. They've got their rookie
Dude.
back and they have Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, I gotta go Raiders on, dude. I gotta go
I
Raiders.
think so too. I think the Raiders could steal this one out, especially because both
Yeah,
quarterbacks for the Vikings have
think.
shown that they have butterfingers.
Yeah, dude. Defense for Raiders is scary, believe it or not. You know.
Yeah.
And Dobbs is slowing down, and we know Josh Jacobs is gonna get his guaranteed touchdown.
That's true.
You know. And I think it's just as simple as that recipe. And it's like 50-50 whether or not Aiden O'Connell finds his way to an end zone, and I think those are odds worth taking.
Exactly. Next game is the Bills at the Chiefs.
Oh, this is cute. Freaking flip a coin, you know? Do you want to flip a coin?
I'm down. I don't have a coin, but I have a pin. Hang on.
I got Surrey.
Oh yeah. All right, let's have Siri flip a coin here.
Yeah. All right. Heads, Bills.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it in the order it comes in. Heads, Bills, tails, Chiefs.
It's heads.
All right, we're
go
going Bills.
Bills.
I was kind of leaning that way anyways. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Josh Allen needs his revenge for that playoffs like 3 years ago now. Man, that's the Broncos at the Chargers.
Ugh, Broncos country.
Yeah,
let's ride. Like, you know, dude.
Oh,
Ugh,
man.
whole bunch of ick, dude.
All right, but we
Don't
do
like
end the marquee game at Sunday night is a good one, so I will say I'm excited for this one. It's
All right.
Eagles at Cowboys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Um.
Eagles are still injured, so it's going to be can Jalen Hurts outscore Dak Prescott?
I'm willing to go against odds on this one. What are the odds?
So the odds are saying that the Eagles are going to lose. So if we pick the Eagles,
really,
and we did that last week,
Oh, boy.
and they got smoked.
Yeah, they did.
And the Cowboys are riding
They
high
went
after
against.
smoke.
They went against the Niners. You know, they had a grudge. That was a grudge match. You know, do Cowboys have beef with the Eagles?
Yes, they're division rivals.
Maybe.
They hate each other. I think they've been.
We them boys.
Yeah, I hate it, but we got to go them boys. All right, and then kicking off the Monday night doubleheader of the games that are all right. It's the It's Tennessee at Miami.
Oh well, Tennessee tits are going to be fucking blown out of the water.
Yeah,
guy.
they're projected to lose by 13 plus points on the betting house.
Easy.
Yeah, And then the last one is the Packers at the Giants. Packers had 2 big wins.
Let's go Packers.
Yeah, I think we go Packers. So, okay.
Jordan Love.
So, just to reiterate our games that we got, we have Steelers, Texans, Bears, Ravens, Saints, Jaguars, Colts, Falcons, Seahawks, Raiders, Bills, Broncos, Cowboys, Dolphins, and Packers. And if you picked all 16 or all, 13 games? 15 games. You picked all 15 games this week in that order. $1 pays out $9,995.
Hey, okay.
And that's because, where is it? Which one did we pick that was the big money? We went pretty hard against it's the Seahawks over the Niners.
Yes, that is a very risky one. Very risky.
It was. So,
yes. But fuck Brock Purdy, fuck whatever he stands for. It's entirely the coach's success on that entire team. You know.
Bro, we're trying to not be explicit. What are you doing?
Yeah, true. I caught myself cussing it like 3 times. So
that's all right. I did it last week.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it. You know.
All right, we've done our power rankings. We've talked about our takeaways from last week. We did our game picks. We'll save the QB rankings for the next episode.
Yep.
You want to do another hot take? Our hot takes didn't hit
Yeah,
this
let's
last.
start.
Did yours hit? Mine was
Yes,
two
no,
coaches
mine
would
did
be
not hit.
fire. It did not happen.
Yeah, I was said Panthers would come back after the coaching firing, but they did not, unfortunately.
All right. What do you got for me?
Yep. Hot take. Let's see here. I say that this next week we will. I think we finally see Rivera leave this next week. Week 14, he's gone, dude.
I mean, I'm down to just make this the hot take and call it every week from here on. He needs to go. Him and Brandon Staley both. So sure.
Yeah, I think he's gone this next week though. No doubt.
All right. My hot take is that we're going to see Tyreek Hill hang a 200 burger on Tennessee, and that's going to help put him back on track to try and break that record of regular season receiving yards. He's got to go like some astronomical numbers from here, but it starts with Tennessee, and I could see that happening because this defense is pretty weak.
Yes.
So we've got Ron Rivera fired and Tyreek Hill with 200 yards. We'll have to come back next Tuesday, see if those hit. So
love to see it.
All right. That being said, that's kind of all we got here. Right. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Loose balls falling down.
All right. Later, y'all.